They're taking 5 and 6 of them traveling anywhere in the part of the world, first class tickets, thousands of US dollars per person, your money, not their money, but they're telling you nothing and they give no accounts.
So when they were on their private jets, with whoever they were, they didn't care to tell Grenada about where they were going or what they were doing. In my case, I'm as transparent as they come. So from the time I leave the airport to wherever I am, to where I come back, you've seen it on social media and you understand what it is I'm going there to do.
They know to take plane ride to go to Africa and dress up in all kind. So my friends, you know, it is serious, you know. It is serious, friends. They're taking 5 and 6 of them traveling anywhere in the part of the world, first class tickets, thousands of US dollars per person, your money, not their money, but they're telling you nothing and they give no accounts. But we go find out, sisters and brothers. We go find out.
The person complaining, I won't say persons, not I'm saying person, singular, complaining because in Grenadian language they're jealous. That's the first point. You see, when they used to go on their private trips using private jets, I'll tell you something that people don't appreciate in Grenada. The email address of the Prime Minister is a state email address. It's not a personal email address. So when I demit office, assuming the email address remains the same and so on, whoever is my successor will have the same email address. And they will have access to the prior emails. So when they were on their private jets, with whoever they were, they didn't care to tell Grenada about where they were going or what they were doing. In my case, I'm as transparent as they come. So from the time I leave the airport to wherever I am, to where I come back, you've seen it on social media and you understand what it is I'm going there to do. But I also want to deal with the reality. So that's the first thing. We are not traveling too much. And I will speak for myself, first of all. I'm the chairman of CARICOM. Grenada is also a member of the OECS. Grenada is also a member of the United Nations. And we have to understand that we are an independent country. We are a state. I always say it's either you're a country or you're not. And when you're a state, you have international and regional obligations legally binding that you have to commit to. And you have to represent your country. That's one. Two, the government's policy, save for those international and regional organizations and groups that we are part of. And therefore we must take part and support the activities, the conferences, the issues we need to discuss, most of which are there to support Grenada and to help us economically, socially, and otherwise. Let's say CARICOM, for example. I'm the chairman of CARICOM, which means I need to travel on CARICOM business. Do we see what's going on in Cuba? Do we see what's going on in Haiti? Do we not understand that there's something called diplomacy? And that you need to be able to lobby to help our brothers and sisters in Haiti, help our brothers and sisters in Cuba. That requires you to be there in person. Do we not see that when we had the Guyana, Venezuela challenge, that we had to travel to St. Vincent to help our brothers within the region ensure that things didn't escalate? That's our job. That's why you travel. Second, Grenada is a dot in the globe with 100,000 people. If you are not at the table, if you're not in the conference room, if you're not in the hallways, nobody cares about you. So I want our citizens to understand that we're a dot. Don't get no ideas that somehow the big people think you matter. They don't think we matter. And if you are not there to fight and advocate and bring attention to your country, you can easily and you will get left behind. So as the Prime Minister of the country, it is my job to be the chief advocate for the beautiful tri-island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And the only way to do that is to leverage me and the office of the Prime Minister to ensure that we can get investors, we can get people interested and talking about Grenada. So with all due respect to the Grenada Tourism Authority and all the advertising, I am the biggest seller of Grenada. So when I go to Nigeria, I'm representing Grenada. Nigerians who never heard of Grenada would have heard of me as the Prime Minister. They would have recognized that I met with perhaps one of the most, if not the most influential person, not just in Nigeria, in Africa, in the black world. And the attention that has brought to Grenada is what you will see following therefrom. So when people brag and talk about, I think many years ago, before an election campaign, I heard someone talking about they have $100 million lined up for investment and so on that never materialized. We don't brag and talk. We'll bring the investment. We'll bring the support. We'll bring the charity. We'll bring the help. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I started together with members of the community, a little cricket academy that we have in Laura, which we started in the summer, and we continue every Saturday. The children, the primary school children, primary school, boys and girls, from St. Dominic's, from Corinth, from St. Teresa's, come down to Laura to learn how to play hardball cricket, real cricket, with 2 coaches. They get refreshments. They get cricket kits. We get a bus and pick them up and bring them there. In speaking to Mr. Dangote and in explaining what we're doing, he doesn't know anything about cricket. They don't play cricket in Nigeria. He's agreed. He then and there called the owners of an Indian Premier League team, who incidentally also owns a team in the CPL and a team in the Bangladesh League, and said, I want 1,000 cricket kits for these kids. They are being manufactured. They would be delivered to Grenada. That is why we travel. We are launching, between now and December, a cyber security course where the government will pay 7,500 Canadian dollars to train at least 100 Grenadians in cyber security. That's 20,000 EC a pop. Do you know how that came about? That came about from me traveling to Canada in February to mark our 50th anniversary of independence at a diaspora event in Canada, where the Minister for International Development from Canada attended and met with me, and we started talking about how can we partner. And that partnership led to me being introduced to a black female entrepreneur who has a cybersecurity business that can provide that training. But not just provide the training, has guaranteed us that when they complete the training and they are certified, they will find employment for these young people, where the starting salaries are 2,000 and 3,000 Canadian dollars a month. You know what the minimum wage in Grenada is? It's $1,200, give or take. We are starting a 5 to 6 month training period once you're certified, where you can start to work in Grenada. You don't have to leave the country once you have a laptop and high-speed internet. So that is the kind of things we do, and that is why you have to travel. Because if you do not, you will not get foreign direct investment into this country. Nobody will know where Grenada is. Nobody will want to invest here. Nobody will want to travel or come here. Do you know the Chobani brand yogurt? They sell it at real value. I met the founder and owner of that company while in New York. We talked about how can we partner. They do a lot of retreats. These are companies that employ thousands of people. Multi-million, billion-dollar companies. They do their management leadership retreats. They look for places. We said to their staff, come to Grenada. We have hotels, we have the conference facilities, etc. Those are the things we are working on so that we can actually promote and sell Grenada and help to bring business here. That is why people need to travel. So we need to understand, do you think if we were not good members of CARICOM, supportive of our brothers and sisters, actively involved, that the kind of solidarity and response that we got post-burial will happen? Do you think if I never attended CARICOM meetings, I was never there because I didn't want to go to St. Kitts, or I don't want to go to the Bahamas, or I don't want to go to Belize or Trinidad, that the first people to land there would have been RSS soldiers from Barbados or Antigua or elsewhere? So I know our citizens know that. And so the comment about travel, we know the source it is coming from. It is the same source that feels they should have had the monopoly on travel, that they should have had the monopoly on power. Right? But they've had it for the better part, and they've been involved for the better part of 80% of Grenada's 50 years as an independent country. Since 1984. We're in 2004. So they've had a good run. I don't think I need to say anything further.
Hi everyone, thanks for checking out the Bub Report's social media pages. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch our weekly live show, follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch repeat episodes on Wednesdays at 4 and 5 p.m. respectively on CRFM Radio and GBN TV in Grenada. We are also viewed on Sundays at 8 p.m. on WPG 10 throughout the Caribbean. Thanks for watching.